From quite a young age, I learned that you can't just fall out with someone because your neighbour's falling out with them or your brother or your sister. You have to find out for yourself. So I learned from a young age to treat everybody, I suppose, the way Jesus said, as do unto them as they would do unto you. So even if you've been a convicted murderer, how do I know you weren't set up? It's not my business. And if you treat me well, then that's for you to tell me in your own time or whatever, what happened. It's not my business. So you just treat other people nicely. And, I'm not everybody's fucking judge and they're not mine. So what else can you do? So anyway, I went into town about 2 months ago. And no, it was Christmas time and all the lights were flashing everywhere. And as soon as I got turned around the corner at St Enoch's, the lights were flashing so much because there was a wee circusy thing on the shows, and I took a fit. I went blind straight away, and I could only see like 10% out of my eyes for a few minutes, and I know the fit just comes on me really badly. So I've only got a few minutes to get somewhere. And I tried to phone a friend who couldn't help me. And so then I just grabbed this woman in the street, right? She was just, her and her daughter were standing there. And I just said, can you help me? And the muscles in my mouth started collapsing, so I wasn't even talking right. I don't know how she managed to deal with me, right? And I don't know how she managed to deal with me. She just said, let's go and sit in a cafe. So we just went straight away to the Cafe Nero at St Enoch's. And she said to her daughter, just watch this woman and I'll go run across to Boots the chemist and get the pharmacist, because she's got a jag and she needs it injected into her. And I'm starting to just, because the lights flash so much, if I'm a bit cool. So the wee girl was putting cold water on my head and cooling me down. And so I'm still fitting. I can't move my legs. They've gone completely paralysed. It's like they're like lead, but the top half has stopped collapsing. So I'm trying to revive myself, but there's no way I was coming round. It just kept coming over me in waves because there was still lights in the Nero Cafe. So anyway, she comes back with two pharmacists from Boots the chemist, who had to read all the instructions in my jag. They must have spent minutes doing that, and I'm moaning at them saying, hurry up, and they got the jag in me. It took them hours to get me home, and they waited in the freezing snow. The guy had no jacket on from the pharmacist. The wee girl and her mum were freezing. They'd taken hours out of their day, to stand with me, wait for my taxi, get me in the taxi, said to the taxi driver, I know your face, so take this woman home, make sure she gets home safe, all this kind of stuff, right? Now, I've just been thinking about Grenfell all day and how selfish those bastards are. They only started screaming when the charity money was getting stolen, so I piss on them all day, right? And it confirms to me all the time. I'm not saying every single English person, because obviously there isn't every English person that's a bastard, but I would suggest you get out of that country because it's so cursed, it's unbelievable. But anyway, I'm talking about Scotland. So the only experiences I've had problems with the government in Scotland and the court system in Scotland. They've been weak as fuck and just bowed every single situation in my children's cases to the English court. We have to bow to the English court. So as far as I'm concerned, England is ruling Scotland with an iron rod. They're cruel and they're nasty, and the people up here work 3 times as hard as the English. And like I've said before, they're 300 times more sinful down in England. They've got no consciences, no heart, nothing left. I'm not saying everyone in Scotland's brilliant. I fucking know they're not. And I know we've all got faults. But what I am saying is my experience, my last experience, having a complete fit in the street, you have to really trust people. Do you know what I'm saying? Your bag's there, your life's there, So the way I was treated was 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Seeing me off home and everything, yeah? Now, if that had happened to me in England, they'd have fucking let me rot. What do you mean help you? I'm busy. And don't say you wouldn't have. So anyway, that I can only bless my country for that reason, because every time I have needed help, they have been there for me in different ways, apart from the court system and the social workers and the MPs, who are all arsehole government working for the English anyway. So I don't think the Scottish need that kind of rulership. I don't think we need MPs, but I'm not going into that. I only want to just say that I appreciate the people that helped me that day with the fit. I wasn't wise enough to give them my phone number or take theirs, but if they're listening, then God bless you. And everyone that helps people that are weaker than them, they have heart and they deserve to live and they deserve to eat. That's what I say. So that's why I fight for my country. But at the same time, I cannot warn you enough. If you stand with the English, you're going to go down with the English. Mother Nature doesn't like the English because they just take, they never give, and they delight in destroying other people and making themselves look good. So over and out. God bless Scotland.